Copy.
So, hello everyone and welcome to the last stint of this 12 hours of Lago Maggiore in the Digital Endurance Series here at the WE Series. We're in Italy at Lago Maggiore and we are ready for the last stint here. And it was quite an exciting race here. 10 hours done. Last two will start in about 1 minute.
Hey, from co-commentary.
Yeah, right. We haven't told you who is commentating today. I'm Cyril Blaze. And my co-commentator is Big Mac. We are both from DON. And we are waiting for the green light from the race orga.
Oh.
Okay, we have now a 3-minute counter, so you can type in 3 minutes to start. And yeah, let's talk about the teams who are driving here in this lobby. So we have in P1 SRL Eddie, in P2 Joe of the Fire, sorry, we have slight problems in the race order. Wait a minute.
Fifth, 9 o'clock, 59, let's start.
Yes, where was I? Yes. P1, SL Eddie, DLL. P2, we have the CPTL 1 with number 27, Joe of the Fire. Then HXR, also number 1, as Vandersbeek from the Netherlands with number 53 in P4. DLL Flipsy for DLL4, sorry. In P5, Don 1 with P0 Soft, number 455. Then Don 3 directly behind with HSK Giacometti with car number 477. Then last of the LMH cars in this lobby, SGT1 with JRKP from Great Britain, and then we have the LMGT3s with DLL2 in P1 Helipower behind the wheel, then WSR2 with Gammeltoast number 2. In third, RRC2 with Matteusinho. In fourth, Even Dalton for SGT. And in fifth, Don 2 with Joe Cubano. And you can start now.
Okay.
So the stint is starting. The last 2 hours of this amazing race will start in a short time. there's the timer. We have 5 seconds till the green lights, and then we have a final time, lights out, and away we go here at Lago Maggiore.
Yes, let's go.
So, Eddie for DLL in P1, the car with number 400, and now the cars are going, and we have to wait. Now, lights out and away we go here for the last stint in Lago Maggiore. Eddie is leading the way in front of Joe of the Fire and S. Van der Beek in fourth, DLL Flipsy in fifth, P0 Soft behind him, Giacometti, and then J. Arkipi.
GT3 very clean. No crash.
Even Dalton already lost a position. Now in the fight with Joe Cubano and the Porsche ahead of the McLaren, but the McLaren directly tries to get the position back. Close fight here in the opening stages of this race. Quite interesting, to be honest. And we have already a yellow flag. We have JR Kipi Hypercar spun out. The SGT1 spun out. The driver from Great Britain, from the United Kingdom, has lost every position and is now last. And Eddie is leading the way here in lap 1. Close behind Joe of the Fire, then the Dutch driver Van der Beek, and behind him Flipsy. In 5th, P0 Soft, 6th, Giacometti. 7th is the first LMGT3 with Heli Power, then Gameltos, then Matisuino, then Dalton, then Cubano. Dalton overtook Cubano again, and then the SGT Hypercar last, and has to fight back now against the GT3s, which should not be a problem. But
Drive in the box.
oh, he's pitting. Yeah, damaged front and front left suspension. Not an ideal start for the SGT driver. And we have the Joe of the Fire clip the gravel there, but is directly behind SIL Eddie. Is he going for the move? Maybe in the next part of the track. We will come to the start-finish straight right now, and we will see if there's a possibility to overtake here.
Eddie Purple, 39.6. Dirty Air
Eddie
is very hard.
drove the fastest lap here, and Joe of the Fire directly behind him. And then the gap to Van der Beek is huge, 2.6 seconds at the moment, and Flipsy right behind, and Van der Beek has also a 5/10 penalty, so Flipsy should get past at the penalty box. Yeah, we will see, but 5/10 is pretty much and Eddie is now 5 tenths ahead, and Van der Beek. Oh, Flipsy made a mistake, I think, because Van der Beek had the penalty. But oh, Flipsy has damage. Flipsy has damage.
Yes, Don 1 have damage.
Yeah, P0 soft also with damage.
Yes.
Giacometti now passed. I hope there was not a collision between the two Don teammates. And we will see. Flipsy has damage.
Yes.
Flipsy is now in the pits already. What a bad luck. He had already bad luck in Stint 1.
In the pit.
P0 also pits, also with damage. Yeah, Flipsy drove Stint 1 ahead. Was super unlucky. Had several times damage and has now damage again. Little setback. Let's see.
No fights on GT3.
And P0 is fuel up his car a bit. He's fueling up 75%.
Charles right, Flipsy with steering wheel problems. This is shit.
And in the meantime, we have missed the change at the lead. Joe of the Fire in P1 ahead of SRL Eddie. Eddie driving for DLL. And let's see, P0 now between the GT3s has to overtake the GT3s now. And yeah. We have no battles here at the moment, I think. Not really. Joe of the Fire with the fastest lap, 1:38.848. Eddie's quickest lap was a 39.6.
It's very fast.
Yeah, but Joe of the Fire 8 tenths quicker last lap than Eddie.
Yes.
Van der Beek with a 39.795, so let's see. And Van der Beek has his blinkers on.
Heli power, time penalty, P7.
5 tenths. Yeah, and Gammeltoes 2.3 behind. I don't think that this penalty will have an impact on his position, but they will be closer together after the penalty served. And Joe of the Fire increasing the gap lap by lap, and Eddie can't do anything about it. Joe of the Fire now back on start-finish straight. Consistency is key here in these races, and he drove nearly the exact time, less than 600ths slower than his fastest lap before. Eddie only with a 39.9, same for Van der Beek. Giacometti with a 41.4, and Flipsy drove a 40.0. P0 with a 43.0 and is slowly coming to the start finish straight again.
Gonna cost 1 second to to heli power.
Yeah, 1.2 now.
And hypercar.
Yeah,
coming.
right. The car which spun in the first lap now on his way back and is now back in front of all GT3s.
Yes.
And yeah, let's see. So, where is 5 possible? I really don't have a clue. Joe of the Fire lapping nearly 1 second quicker than Eddie. 38.9 last lap from Joe of the Fire. Eddie only 39.7. 38.9 to 39.7. That are 8 tenths. Where Joe was faster than Eddie here. And we will see.
GT7 fight.
Where? P7?
Position 10 and 11.
Right. Mateuzinho for RRC, I think, the Lambo. Right, for RRC. Even Dalton behind with the McLaren. Car number 50. Which has, to be honest, a really nice livery, I have to say. Yeah, we're right. The RRC2 versus the SGT3 gap is down to a bit less than 9 tenths. Joe Cubano behind is now being lapped by Joe of the Fire, first lapping here in lap 7 for the hypercars.
Blue flag.
Blue flags, right? The Eddie is coming from behind.
Yes.
For Joe and for Dalton and Mateuzinho, it's the leader. It's Joe of the Fire behind them. Hopefully we will see no incidents in the lapping process. It should be clear to every driver that the GT3s should stay on the racing line and that the hypercars should drive not on the, that they are not allowed to overtake them on the racing line, so they should overtake off the racing line. The GT3s don't need to move off the racing line because the hypercars are the quicker cars. And we will have a look at the laps. Eddie personal best last lap 39.1. Also Van der Beek with a personal best of 39.7. Giacometti also with a personal best 47. Flipsy drove his personal best 2 laps before with a 39.8. And P0 Soft also 2 laps behind. He drove his personal best 2 laps ago, and now has a 5 tenths penalty. That's not good. Has 2 seconds quicker than his PB, but lap will not count because of track limits. JRKP in 7th, 16 seconds behind P0. His quickest lap was also 2 laps ago with a 42.1. And Helipower, leader in GT3 class, has a 1 second penalty.
This is hard.
Thunderspeak is behind now, lapping him. Gap to Gammeltoast for Helipower is 3.1 seconds. This gap will decrease after penalty served from Helipower. And I don't see a fight really here on track. Cars not really close together. I think the closest we have is 1.1 seconds between Matteosinho, RRC and Dalton.
G0 have a penalty.
Yeah, still the penalty from the lap before. We'll serve it now in the penalty area on the longest straight of this track. Now, yeah, that cost time. We'll see quite sure when he is finished with this sector. He was, I think, nearly 2/10 faster than his PB and is now 5/10, has lost 5/10. No, 6/10. He's 5/10 behind his personal best. And Helipower will serve his penalty, and Gammeltoast is quite close now. 1 second in the last lap, and could get past. And hopefully Giacometti doesn't drive into him now, because this 1 second penalty will take a bit. Drives off the racing line, and now it could be interesting. Gammeltoast, we were switching to the onboard, but the gap is it's down to 1.1 seconds. But there's another hypercar behind him. Flipsy is coming next. So let's see. Is he able to get past? Yes, he is. Gets past WSR Gammeltoast and is now behind Helipower. That should not be a big problem, to be honest, for Flipsy to go past there here on the long straight. No problem at all. And yeah. And yes, we see Joe is lapping quite consistently. Last lap 39.0, the lap before 39.1, and before that a 42. But I think that could have happened because of the lapping. He's now quicker than the fastest lap, and we will maybe see a new fastest lap here. Let's see. Yeah, 600ths of a second quicker. Let's see if he can convert it into a new fastest lap here. We have nearly 20 minutes done in this stint, 18 to be honest, and we have a bit of time here still left. Joe of the Fire goes not quicker, nearly more than a 10th slower than the fastest lap. And let's see on the tires, Joe of the Fire has a bit worse tires than Eddie. Eddie really managing his tires great, and also his hybrid battery is also better than the one from Fire. Thunderspeak also a bit better tires than Joe, but less good than Eddie. Giacometti's tires on the level of them from Joe. Flipsy also managing his tires pretty well. 40 was in the pits one time and changed also the tires, so can't say much about that. In P7 was also in the pits in lap 1 after his crash. And let's watch the tires of the GT3. I think the tires from WSR from Gammeltoast are a bit better than from Heli. Then gap between Gammeltoast and Matteosinho is quite huge, 8.8 seconds. Then Dalton and Matteosinho, 1 second behind. Tires of Matteosinho a bit worse than the one from Dalton. And Joe 2.2 seconds behind, but his tires are much worse than any tires of all GT3 cars. So Joe's tires are definitely the most, with the most tire wear here in this stint. So let's see. Joe Flipsy
2 seconds
to Giacometti, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think 5 minutes ago it was 6 seconds, so Flipsy gaining a lot. Also because his last lap was a 39.9 and the one from Giacometti was a 43.1. So there has to be a big mistake by Giacometti in the last lap. Yeah, there was a big mistake from Giacometti in the last lap, and he's now on a personal best in Sector 1. But Flipsy is gaining. Flipsy is gaining on him. So I'm pretty sure we will see a swap there of positions. Oh, and Giacometti went a little bit wide there, but still on a personal best. And we're now on board with Flipsy here through the hairpin, and now let's see, we're going into the SS right now. Flipsy 1.4 seconds behind. Yeah, Flipsy's battery is really good, much better than the one from Giacometti. And gap is down to 1 second now. 0.8 now. Let's switch to the TV camera back again. And I think we will see a move from Flipsy quite soon here. Flipsy with the 40.0 and Giacometti with the 41.5. I can imagine that we will see some team orders here, because Don is the sister team of DLL, and the engineers from both of the teams will see that Flipsy is lapping a lot faster.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be wondered if Flipsy is allowed to go past, because Flipsy is just losing time behind him.
It's coming dirty air, very hard for the hypercar.
Yeah, in the SS it's really, really hard. And I think he will get past now. And you see 1.2 seconds slower than his personal best, Flipsy. That is mostly because he is stuck behind Giacometti. Flipsy bit into the gravel. And now we will. It wonders me that they will not let Flipsy past, to be honest. But yeah, let's see.
GT3 fight, P10 and 11.
They are quite close, yeah. And Dalton,
yes,
is past, right? Matteosinho was in front, and even Dalton is now in front. And Joe Cubano also much. Now we could see an overtake. Maybe Matteosinho maybe trying to go past the Lambo versus the McLaren. No, he's not trying to get past there. And now the hypercar is overtaking him. Overtaking and lapping both. And oh, that's really, really close there. From Joe of the Fire. Joe Cubano, the one who pretty much likes that, because the gap between P10 and P12 is now down to under 2 seconds. And in the meantime, Flipsy got past Giacometti. So we have Joe of the Fire in P1, Eddie in P2, Thunderspeak in P3, Flipsy 4th, Giacometti 5th, P0 6th, JR KP in 7th, Heli Power leader of GT3 class, Gammeltoast right behind him, then Delton, then Matteosinho, and then Joe Cubano. And I know that the Porsche is struggling in dirty air pretty much, so good to see that Cubano can stay in this 1 second gap, but now the S's, they will be complicated for him because of the dirty air. Let's see if he can take them nicely. Goes a little bit wide, but all okay. And we will now go to Joe of the Fire, who is in P1, still leader by 8.4 seconds. And his tires are pretty bad. Eddie's tires much better. Yeah, Thunderspeak's tires only a little bit less good than the ones from Eddie. Behind them is Flipsy, who has a big gap to P3, 22.8 seconds. And he's increasing the gap to Giacometti behind him. And Giacometti has a big gap behind P0, nearly a minute behind, 56.2. And we have Heli Power in first in the GT3 class, but Gammeltoast is pretty close, 1.1 seconds. Oh, that was quite close between Eddie and Heli Power. And Gammeltoast is now right behind him. So we could see an overtake because of a collision between the two Don cars. And Gammeltoast now on the outside with the Porsche. We have the Porsche versus BMW duel again.
Okay.
And Thunderspeak lapping them both. Yeah, Heli and Gammeltoast. I don't know if Gammeltoast also drove in Stint 1, but I can remember that these two cars already fought for the lead in GT3 class in Stint 1. And they are still close together, 0.2 seconds now. 2 tenths, now 3. Gap increasing a bit because of the dirty air. But let's see. Gammeltoast now behind, has the slipstream.
Gammeltoast have better fuel and
better tires. And better tires, so let's see. Oh, that looked quite weird, to be honest. What happened there? I don't really know. Looked like a bit of lagging there.
Very
Oh,
lucky.
oh, next yellow flags,
Yes.
yellow flags.
D7.
Spawn again. Luckily, no damage now. So, yeah, was lucky there.
Very lucky. No damage.
And fuel of Joe and Eddie nearly the same. But Eddie has worse tires and is now pitting. The leaders in the pits. Joe of the Fire is now pitting with 16% of fuel remaining. And Eddie is also pitting, both on 16%, but Eddie has had the better tires. It's wondering me, maybe Eddie didn't want to let Joe of the Fire make the undercut and is pitting because of that. But I can't tell you if that's right. And Joe of the Fire drove out with 37% of fuel. That's not typical. We will look at Eddie. Eddie has not much more, I think maybe 38 or 40%. So I didn't know that is enough to drive. I thought this will be two stint race. But let's see. I don't.
Eddie and Flipsy fight.
Eddie and Flipsy fight, yeah, but I think Flipsy will let him pass. Because Eddie was in the pits and Flipsy not. And it's a duel between the two teammates here. So
Gammelto's time penalty.
Gammelto's with the time penalty of 0.5 seconds, that's correct. So the gap increased a lot between Heli and Gammelto's in the last few laps. It's now 2.5 seconds. And yeah, let's see. So let's look at the fuel for most of the cars. So in hypercar class, no fuel indicator is on. So for those who don't know what the fuel indicator means, it basically means that there is less than 10% fuel in the car. So Joe Cubano's fuel indicator's on. The one from Matteo Zinho is on, from Delton is on, Gammelto's is on, Heli, so all cars fuel indicators on, and Cubano's now pitting. And Eddie did get past Flipsy, and Flipsy's a bit of struggling, I think. But had good tire management there. Also Giacometti. Still out.
GT3 no fight.
And Gammelto's now with the penalty served, and is now 4.5 seconds now behind Heli Power. And Joe Cubano pitted. Is now on fresh tires and 54 seconds behind Matteo Zinho. Yeah, nothing exciting here at the moment, to be honest. Everyone racing their race.
P4 Flipsy.
P4 Flipsy. Oh, Flipsy in the barriers, Flipsy in the barriers. No damage done, but he has lost so much time there. And Giacometti is right behind. The gap, I think, was 12 seconds, and is now down to 1 point. Yeah, at 0.8. And Flipsy just unlucky today. He had some big moments earlier in Stint 1, also with collisions and crashes. But then with damage, luckily now no damage done. But we will see if he already pits this lap. I'm not sure. But we will see now. Flipsy is staying out. And yeah, his tires are at 50%, so at the moment no, he shouldn't think about pitting. Fuel is also over 10% in the car. Heli Power's now pitting. Gammeltoes drives another lap. So the Porsche takes the lead virtually here in this stint in GT3. And Heli Power now in the pits. New softs, new Goodyear softs for him. And then the BMW will be back on track soon. But I see he... Yeah. He's now back on track in P10.
Very lucky with hypercar. Heli Power.
Yeah, Thundersback still leading here. But I think we will see him in the pits quite soon. But let's see. Yeah, right now we don't really have any battles here. So let's have a closer look on the liveries of the car. Here Thundersback still with his indicators on at the back. I don't know why, but yeah, but look at the lobby, look at the livery. It's quite nice, to be honest, with the black, white, and green. I really like these neon colors. So yeah, nice livery. And then here in P2 we have Joe of the Fire, who will lead this race again when Thundersback is pitting. Also really nice livery with the red and the a bit darker red as the main color, and then this lighter red stripes, which looks to be honest amazing.
Giannetti have a penalty.
Yeah, 5/10. Eddie. So the DLL liveries, to be honest, I think Charles made a great job here again.
Giannetti in the pit.
Giacometti now pitting. Yeah. Let's see, I hope he remembers the strategy. So new softs on the car, and now fuel in. drove pretty long, 40 minutes. So he might be able to do it too.
46.
Stop stint. 46%.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, where was I?
Gammeltoast
Gammeltoast also pitting. So Heli. Oh, Heli put it in the wall. Heli put it in the wall. Big mistake of the DLL driver, and he has also damage. And that is a big shocker for the DLL guys.
And
Gammeltoast and Dalton went
Yes.
into the pits, and he had the chance to get the lead back, but he absolutely puts the car into the barrier and has damage now in the front and on the right suspension. That's not good. That's not good for the DLL guys. And what a turn of the events here. Gammeltoast is now back on track and is leading the LMGT3 class here. Helipower back into the pits. Let's see if he only repairs the damage. I think he will, but that's a big shocker, and he's now in P11. And Joe Cubano also will pass him. Helipower is last. Helipower is last and have to make a big comeback here. Started in first in the LMGT3 category, and that's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. Yeah. That's really, really bad for. And he's making the car full. He's making 100% fuel into the car. Repairs the car. And is now 27, 28, and he puts it in the barrier again. I think his controller disconnected or something else. What happened here?
On the box.
Yeah, he was in the box and then drove straight into the barriers. What is happening here? That's a big shocker. Big shocker for the DLL guys. What is going on here? What is going on here? And he has also his indicators on, so he had his indicators on. And what is going on? He was leading the LMGT3 category and is now last with damage again. He has to pit again. That's unbelievable. And in this time, Flipsy got into P3. Thundersback will come out at P4.
52% in the fuel.
That's correct, but what a shocker for the DLL guys. What is happening? What is happening? I really don't understand it. I think they were also in the lead of the LMGT3. Yeah, no, they were second. The DLL3 car was first before the start of Stint 6, and they could have. So I don't know how it's looking right now in the other lobby, but they were on the way to secure a 1-2 finish in LMGT3 category, and now Helipower has damage again. He will pit again. I'm pretty sure he will pit again, and I think he might have thrown away the chance of securing a 1-2 in LMGT3 category for DLL. That's a big shocker. So he's now on the start-finish straight, is pitting again. Unbelievable.
Joe coming to P0.
Let's look again. Yes, the gap between P16, so P3 in the GT3 category, and P2, which is Helipower, was 13 seconds. Gammeltoast is 11. Yeah, Gammeltoast is 1 minute 20 ahead. So Gammeltoast will also We'll definitely overtake Heli Power, and this means that DLL definitely lost the 1-2 at the moment in LMGT3 category. That's a big shock for them, and let's see if Heli can turn this around. I don't think so, to be honest. Still 75 minutes on the clock, but this was so bad for them. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, speechless at the moment. And you? So what do you think, Bigmik, about the situation with the 488 BMW from DLL?
DLL, this is unlucky. This Stint. Yeah. Jetzt full pace, no risk, and drive in the front. This race is 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, 1 hour, well, yeah, 75 minutes still on. So let's see. But here's a massive. We have yellow flags. Yellow flag sector 1. Yellow flag sector 1. Flipsy spawn around, and Van der Speek directly behind. Now gap is
damage.
Flipsy has damage. Flipsy has damage. Flipsy damage again. That is a big drama here for him. He was so unlucky already here in this stint, and also in stint 1. That is so unlucky for him. Unbelievable. But the one positive thing is he has to pit quite soon. A fuel indicator on, so he has less than 10% of fuel in the car. And
next.
Oh, what a save! What a save! Oh no! No, big crash. Yellow flags. Big crash. Directly in front of the main straight of the long straight here, which is followed by the hairpin. So we will now, I'm pretty sure Flipsy will pit now. We will see his pit stop. He is nearly a minute behind Joe of the Fire, and it will be a minute if he pits. So, yeah, big shocker. And Giacometti will get past. I'm pretty sure that he will get past Flipsy. And yes, let's see on Heli Power's lap times. 1:54.0 the last one. So, yeah, unlucky to be honest. Heli Power.
Damage.
Heli Power spawned it again. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What a catastrophic stint for the DLL driver, for car number 488. Before the start of the last stint, they were in P1 and 2 with DLL3 leading in GT3 class, and Heli Power with
Not
his
in the box.
Yeah, he didn't pit right, and DLL2 is it? I think. Yes, right. DLL2 was in second.
Flipsy in the pit.
Flipsy is in the pits, is fueling up to, I think a bit more than 50%. Well, no, he will make much more in the tank. 68% damage will be repaired now, and he falls behind P0 Soft, who also needs to pit because his tire. Yeah, look at his left front tire. It's nearly done, I think. So I think we will see his pit stop in the next 2 laps. And it's, to be honest, it's unbelievable what is happening with the DLL car. It's such a shocker. Yeah, I can't really put it into words.
I think Flipsy drives this stint yet for the race end, no pit.
Yeah, that could be. To be honest, he tried it also with I think 70 minutes to go in the stint, and it didn't work out in stint 1. Let's see if it works out in stint 6 and the last stint. But I can imagine that he just wanted to pit now and refuel for the second stop less than in the first stop. So, because the fueling up of the car takes so long. You have 2 liters per second, and maybe that was just a strategy to fuel up the car as much as possible and to put less fuel in the car at the second stop. So let's see what we see. P0's in the pits. And let's see. He's now in the pits, switching to a new set of Michelin softs. And we'll fuel the car up now. And let's see. He will lose 6th place, is now in 7th. And will fuel up to about, let's see, 65%. He's now back on track and has directly blue flags because Van der Beek is right behind him. Lets him lap, and let's see. Heli power, it isn't going really good for him. Penalty of 5/10. Such a catastrophic stint for the DLL guys. It's unbelievable. Does we have any close fights here at the moment on the track? I don't think so. So Joe of the Fire is...
No fights.
No fights, no. And let's see if there are any... So, first of all, we can say Joe of the Fire drove the fastest lap in stint 6 at the moment. Vulcan drove the fastest lap in lobby 2, which was a 39.3, and Joe drove a 38.6, so it's quicker than the other. And we are nearly at the same time, I think. I think we are just about 6 seconds further into the race than them. And if I get it correctly, I can tell you pretty closely in the near future. Wait a second. So Flash was the leader, and Callum Birch was in 3rd.
P6 have a penalty.
P6 with a penalty, so that is... Yeah, that is the car of SGT, who's at the moment in P6. Gap to P0 is 5.4 seconds. And let's see. I can tell you that Flash is not leading, so it's not leading in lobby 1, in lobby 2. Yeah.
Two seconds. P0 to P6. It's a fight. P6 and 7. P0.
Oh, P0 goes past now, is in P6.
Yes. P7 tires and battery is better. Not good.
And yes, Callum Birch is leading in lobby 1. I can't tell you right now what the gap between them is, but I hope we will get it soon. And yeah, P0 now in P6. And yeah, Heli is... Oh, Heli again. Heli goes wide again. I don't really understand what is going on here with the BMW of DLL. It's... Yeah, so I'm pretty shocked, to be honest. They were second before this stint, and now I'm pretty sure they lost the podium places. I'm pretty sure they are not in the podium places now, because Callum is leading in lobby 1, who was third place in who was in third place after stint 5, and Gammeltoast, who was in 4th place, had a gap of about a minute to P2 Helipower, the DLL2 car, and now the gap is, let me see, yeah, more than 2 minutes. It's unbelievable. And we now see the gap between Callum and Flash is 13 seconds. 13 seconds. Let's look on the timesheet. Let's have a look on the timesheet. The gap between Flash and Birch is 39 seconds, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Giornetti have a good save for a hypercar.
Yeah, Giacometti is still in P4. Has 31 second gap to Flipsy. But is nearly running out of hybrid, nearly running out of energy. That is quite strange. If you look on the other cars, they have much more hybrid still left. Yeah, okay. SGT1
the leader
with
of the race.
Joe of the Fire is pitting. Joe of the Fire is pitting again. And I'm pretty sure Eddie will follow him in. Eddie is not following him. Eddie stays out. Eddie takes the lead in lobby 1.
%38% of the fuel.
And I can tell you right now, Gammeltoast is with nearly 1 hour. Also, they drove already 1 hour and 1 hour to go. They are on lap 31. The guys from lobby 2 are racing 58:22 at the moment, so 58 minutes done. And they are also on lap 31. So I think that the guys from Lobby 2 are nearly a lap up from our guys here, from our GT3s. But let's see. It's quite... yeah, it brings quite of action now in the GT3 category. And we don't really see that heli power is getting this gap down again. And Eddie's
Eddie
now
in the
pitting
box.
one lap later. 1 hour raced right now, bit more.
And the race lasts 1 hour for the 12 hours of Lago Maggiore.
Yeah, right, we are now in the last hour of this amazing race here. We're 12 hours, also we have 12 hours in 1 hour done. So 11 hours already wasted, 11 hours of great racing action.
It's a very hard race, aber have fun. Make fun. This race. P7 in the box.
So at the moment we can say that heli power, I'm pretty sure heli power will not get on the podium as it stands right now. His gap to Gummel Toast is more than 2 minutes, and Callum Birch is leading in Lobby 2. So DLL, as it stands at the moment, will go from a 1-2 to a 1-4 in a 2 hour stint. So amazing what happened here at the last stint. What a turn of the events. Bad luck for the DLL guys. And yeah, we will have to see and have to wait till the stint is done, but that is
Three
so
seconds for P7.
bad. Fight for P7? No, time penalty. 3-second time penalty. He was in the pits, I think, and
The
has
line.
crossed the pit line. And I think he will have to. I don't know if it's this lap or next lap. It's next lap. Oh no, it's this lap. It's this lap. So he served his penalty there, and is now, and also P0 soft has a penalty, 5/10. And let's see, Giacometti in 4th still does a great job here at the moment in P4, and yeah, let's see what he can do in this race. Yeah, Eddie with 18 seconds to show off the fire. And I'm interested who is leading. Yeah, Eddie is leading with a 7-second gap to Vulcan from WSR. Is Vulcan leading in Lobby 2? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Vulcan is leading in this lobby, in Lobby 2. Drove 38 laps, and they are 8 seconds behind us. So, and the gap at the moment should be pretty difficult to make it at the moment. Yeah, we will have to see, but I'm pretty sure that Eddie, so DLL, could also lose the first place in the hypercar category. That would be a big shock here in the last stint of this race. We will have to wait, and I can't really tell you if it's possible at the moment that Eddie loses the lead, overall lead, but it could be possible. And let's see.
P7 have damage in the box.
Yeah, P7 again in the pits. Will repair his damage and also has a penalty, so he will serve the penalty.
And across the line. Box, pit lane.
Yeah, crosses again and now has
Yes.
3.5 seconds. That's really, really bad. And he has also blue flags because it is P0. Is it P0? It is P0. It is P0
Yes.
who will lap him again. But let's see if this lapping maneuver will be clean. It's not clean. It's not clean. Nearly collision between two hypercars. That was really, really close and not fair from the driver in 7th place, because he is not allowed to stay on the racing line if he's lapped by a hypercar, and this was the case, and he just drove onto the racing line again. And we will now see the two Don cars, car 477 and car 433, pretty close together. And yeah, Heli Power just tries to get back, to fight back, but it's pretty difficult. So he was able to fight back a bit. Gap is now... No, he didn't fight back. Gap is bigger now than before. It's more than... It's nearly 3 minutes. It's 11:06 and 8:24. So 2 minutes and 42 at the moment. So that's a big shock for the DLL guys. And I really can't believe what I'm seeing, to be honest. They were 2 hours away from securing a 1-2 finish. And now I'm pretty sure that so DLL car 488, will lose his podium place. After Johnny, Lomb and Heli drove 10 amazing hours, securing with the other DLL car P1 and 2. And now in the last 2 hours, they absolutely throw it away and will lose 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. I think that DLL could still secure P1 in the category, but I'm not sure to be honest. But we will see. So Heli is now at the back of Matteo Zinho, maybe can unlap himself but has to do it in a safe way. And he has to be much quicker. Let's see. He is much quicker. He's 7/10 quicker than Mateuzinho in the last lap. And yeah, let's see if he gets the chance to make it stick. And we don't have any fights here at the moment, so we will go to the leader here of this stint. 42 laps nearly completed by him. He will complete lap 42 now, is now on the start finish straight directly behind Joe Cobano and laps him again. That's a perfect example how a hypercar should lap a GT3 car. And Joe of the Fire is now in P1. Last lap at 38.990. His fastest lap and also the fastest lap overall here in lobby 1 is at 1:38.652. Let's look in lobby 2 which fastest lap they have. They have still the 39.3 as fastest lap.
Blue flag for Flipsy.
Flipsy has blue flags now. Yeah, Joe of the Fire will lap him quite soon. So that is that will be very, very bad for Flipsy. Flipsy will be not happy about that he will get lapped now. So let's see what we will have. Yeah. I think Flipsy is slowing. It looks like Flipsy is slowed down a bit to let him pass there. And yeah, Giacometti will pit soon. His fuel indicator's on, so less than 10% still in the tank. And yeah, I think we. Oh, here Dalton. Even Dalton has a 5/10 penalty. Will serve it now. And just to look into it, so P1 to P4 all still in the same lap. Giacometti wasn't lapped by Joe till now. Yeah, I have to look on the map. Yeah, the gap is yeah. Giacometti has still a bit of a gap to Joe of the Fire before he will get lapped. But Flipsy got lapped by Joe of the Fire and is now, yeah, I would say about 3 seconds or 4 seconds behind him. But 1 lap down. Yeah, Gamelto's leading quite comfortably here in this lobby. 21.6 seconds to Dalton in P2. And I think we don't have any close fights at the moment here. No, we don't have.
P0 have damage.
Oh, P0 has damage.
Yes.
And that's not what you want to have in his situation at the moment, because he still has a bit less than 50% fuel. and his tires also also are looking fine at the moment. So I think, will he pit? No, he stays out. It's only front damage, and KP is a lap down, but it's not nice to drive now with this damage at the car. And the 455 is also your car, Big Mick, right?
Yes.
So you didn't drove in Stint 1 because your driver hasn't heard his alarm, or his alarm didn't went off. So you were about 2 laps behind, and are now, let me look, after Stint 5 you were in P11 of 13 hypercars.
Yes.
And had a gap of about 2 minutes to the car behind. No, my mistake. You were actually P9. P11 was the other car was HSK Giacometti with the Don 3 car with number 477. But I think they will close the gap to you by 1.5 seconds at the moment, and they are 2 minutes 10 behind you. So P0 is now pitting because of his damage. Giacometti also needs to pit, I think, next lap, but his fuel looks pretty bad. I hope he will get to the pits. This could be a big problem. I'm not sure if this will be enough, to be honest, to come back to the pits. He has to drive nearly a lap still. To get back to the pits, and his indicator is really so I think he don't have really much fuel back in the car. That will be pretty close.
P0 across a penalty pit lane line.
So his 3 seconds penalty served now, and this is, to be honest, that's not helping him.
P7
P7
have damage.
crashed. Yeah,
Yes.
he crashed again. Yeah, luckily he is at the pit lane at start finish straight. Let's see, he's pitting. Yeah, he's pitting. Yeah, rear damage is pitting. What a shame that is.
Giannetti in the box, pit lane, pit.
Giacometti in the pits, right?
And
Is
3
fueling
GT3
up the car.
cars in the next round in the pit lane, in the box.
So heli powers in the pits, and Matteosinho, Dalton and Gammeltoast could follow quite soon. Gameltoes, I think he has still 1 or 2 laps in the tank. Dalton and Mateuzinho, I think they will pit the Lambo, and the McLaren, I'm pretty sure. Mateuzinho, I think, will definitely pit this lap. Even Dalton, we will see. He could pit, but he could also not pit. Let's see. Yeah, Dalton will be the next car who is driving towards start-finish straight, and then we will see if he's pitting or not. Is he pitting? Now in the last corner. Is he going into the pits?
Next round.
No, next lap. And Mateuzinho, I'm pretty sure he will pit. He maybe has 2 or 3% left of fuel in the tank. It could be enough for another lap, but no, he's pitting. The RRC car's in the box, and he had 1% of fuel. And we have yellow flags. What happened there? Not anymore. There's some car with damage. There is. Dalton has damage, and there could have been a problem between the lapping of the hypercars. I don't really know which hypercars are in his. Yeah, I think it was Flipsy and Giacometti who are fighting right now. Flipsy has a 1 second penalty, so the gap between them will be bigger.
And Flipsy have battery is good.
Yeah, Flipsy's battery is. Flipsy has still hybrid, Giacometti not. Let's see. This will be quite interesting. And Dalton will pit this lap. So I'm pretty sure there was some incident between the 2 hypercars, Flipsy and Giacometti and Dalton. Because Dalton has damage. And he will pit this lap, I'm pretty sure, because damage and he will run out of fuel pretty soon. So let's look. Joe still controlling the race here, and has a gap of nearly 20. Has now a gap of 25 seconds to P2 SL Eddy. Then Funnesbeek, then Giacometti, then Flipsy, then P0 Soft, then JRKP, then Gameltoes. Dalton is in the pits right now, but I don't think that Cubano will overtake him. Cubano, he may be, I don't know, he may be able to get into the finish.
P0.
P0. Yeah, P0. Oh, P0.
Off track.
That's not good for your team. He has no damage, but he lost a lot of time again. And Gameltoes will have to pit this lap. I'm pretty sure his fuel indicator is showing us that he has more or less no fuel in his tank. Dalton is now back on track, has a gap of 6.5 seconds to Joe Cubano. And Gameltoes,
1 second penalty.
Flipsy again with a penalty. That is not good. And let's see, Gameltoes, he will be now in the last corner. Will he pit? He is staying out for another lap. And Flipsy will surface penalty next lap, I think. Gap to Giacometti is 1.0 seconds. So let's see. Helipower is driving his race, has a gap of 1 minute 23 to Mateusinho, and has a gap of 2.5 minutes to Gammeltoast. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see the end result, because the provisional end result, because I'm pretty sure that the DLL car with number 488 will not be on the podium. I'm pretty sure about that. But let's have a look. So Callum Birch, he was in the pits in lobby 2. I'm pretty sure he was leading in lobby 2. So we are about 8 seconds in front
Eddie
of
in the box. Pit.
Eddie in the box, Eddie in the pits. Eddie in the pits. It will be his last stop, I'm pretty sure. So.
And Van der Spijk.
Van der Spijk also in the pits. So they're in the same lap.
Gammeltoast
Also in the pits, as we predicted. Yeah, let's see. Jaw of the Fire will pit soon. At the moment, the gap to Eddie is 1 minute. 1 minute actually. But this will be less if he pits. So it's Eddie has finished his pit stops for this last stint. Joe definitely has to do one more because his fuel is running out. Fuel indicator on, so definitely less than 10% of fuel in the car. And yeah, let's look how this will be going here.
P10 and 11 fight.
And a pretty interesting thing I just saw is that P0 Soft nearly spawns out here, but a much more
safe.
Yeah, good save. But what I find more funny is that he is running the wrong livery. He isn't driving with the right livery at the moment. So we updated it. And when we look at Giacometti, there is the big sponsor of the cruise of AIDA, a German cruise line. And if you look on P0's car, there's Nike on this wide area, which shouldn't be there, to be honest. He is driving. Yeah, he's driving with the wrong livery.
Yes.
So I will definitely have a word with him, because that is not ideal. But yeah, and we have yellow flags. Why we have yellow flags there? Let's see. Anything happened there? It don't look like it. Helipower is a penalty, but I don't think that this will be the thing, and we have the first battle in ages here. Mateuzinho RRC versus Joe Cubano of Don. And oh, they touched a little bit. I think Joe has to give him the position. Joe and now I know Mateuzinho is passed. Has the inside line for the next corner and is passed. And Joe is running wide, but I don't think that he will be able to overtake him. Because he's now on the outside. He will not make the stick. This isn't possible. From behind there's the hypercar coming, so blue flags for Mateuzinho and Cubano, and Joe of the Fires in the pits. And I think that Joe has lost the place there. He's now in P11.
Yes. And P7 have again 3-second penalty.
Yeah, again 3-second penalty. Joe of the Fire is in the pits for his last pit stop here. New Michelin softs and a bit of fuel to go out and rock these last less than half an hour. We have 28 minutes 40 remaining.
I see Eddie having round 51 more time. Yellow flag Eddie. Our not
Yellow
damage.
flag Eddie. Yellow flag Eddie. What happened there?
Round 51.
Okay.
Or in the box. Yes, in the box.
Oh, Cubano pitting? I don't really understand that, to be honest. He has still enough fuel, and his tires, okay, they're not great, but they're not that bad to pit. So
last 28 minutes for the race.
Maybe he just wanted to pit now, but he's also fueling up. Yeah, let's see. So he is in P11, has a big gap to Mateuzinho, is now 25 seconds. And Joe of the Fire has a gap of 27 seconds to Eddie. Then behind is Van der Beek, who has a gap of 21 seconds to Eddie. Van der Beek is 1 minute ahead of Flipsy, 1 minute 3 to be exact. And Flipsy overtook Giacometti. Has a gap of 1.4 seconds now. So Giacometti, to be honest, he did a great stint. Most of the time ahead of Flipsy. Now got overtaken. But to be honest, great work from him. And 1 minute 23 behind is P0 Soft. Then there's JRKP, who is 2 minutes, nearly 2 minutes, 1.5 laps behind P0 Soft. Gummy Toast is leading the GT3 class in Lobby 1, 49 laps raced from him. No, not really. 48 completed, 49. He is now on lap 49. Behind, even Dalton, I think, spun around there. Gap 41 seconds. And also has a 5/10 penalty. And we have yellow flag.
P7.
P7. JRKP spun around there.
And P3 coming. Blue flag.
Yeah. Let's see if he makes the overtake clean. Yeah, he drives onto the grass and lets him past. So as I said, Dalton has a penalty. Behind him, the Lamborghini of RRC. Mateuzinho behind the wheel, then Joe Cubano, and then Heli Power. Heli Power, the first time in ages, I think, that he has less than a 1 minute gap to the car in front. is now 58 seconds behind Joe Cubano. And yeah, Joe of the Fire. Like I said, he's controlling this stint. He's controlling the lead here in this stint for his team, for CPTL. I'm not good at maths, to be honest, so I don't want to calculate right now if Eddie will be losing his lead to Vulcan in the overall standings. I will have a look. Okay, I can say that Vulcan isn't leading in the class right now, but they're also 10 minutes behind us. 10 minutes behind us, yes. They are 10 minutes behind us. So let's see. Lap 42, the GT3s we are at 49. So yeah, let's see. 51 for Dennis and 58 for us now. Yeah. Yeah, we will see in about, let's say, about an hour who is provisionally leading this race. I have no clue if this will be enough for Eddie to secure P1 here at the first event of WEC. We are in Italy in Lago Maggiore.
Heli Power drifting and saves the car.
Heli Power, yeah. But he's also blue flags from behind. Thunder is big. The Dutch driver is coming from behind to lap again. Yeah, Heli Power moves off the racing line. This could cause a big crash, to be honest. If Thundersbeck didn't saw it earlier, as the GT3 car, you normally shouldn't move off the racing line. The hypercars should make the move around you. So luckily nothing happened there, but this can cause some serious accidents, which we don't want to see.
Flip C saves the car.
Yeah, we have 20 minutes, 22 minutes to go, and to be honest, this was a great stint for the viewers, I would say, because we had not much action, but we had. Oh! Giacometti in the pits. He has front damage. He won't lose the position to P0 soft, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he just repairs his damage and is back on track. Yeah, that cost a little bit of time. Yeah, about 18 to 20 seconds. But still,
we have a penalty.
P3 penalty, 5/10.
Yes.
Joe Cubano.
P7 in the box.
P7 in the box. Here's again damage. This is unbelievable. He was so often in the pits. Is 6 minutes behind the leader. So this is quite bad for his team, because they can't do anything about it. He's just driving not on a good level, to be honest. Yeah, pretty unlucky for his teammates, but yeah, mistakes can happen, but they happen so often. In a 2 hours stint, it's not normal, to be honest.
Last 20 minutes for the race.
There are 20 minutes to go.
Yes. How many have lobby 2?
Lobby 2 was, I think, about 10 minutes behind us.
Okay.
But I can look again. They have... Oh, they're more... They have 26... No, they are 14 minutes behind us. They are 14 minutes behind us, so... We will have to wait a bit to have the provisional result. Yeah. Let's see. So this was your first race of your life here in DES, if I'm right?
Yes. My first race.
So, what do you think about your first race? Was it great? Did you have some problems, some slight problems, or did everything went well overall?
I think this race event very good. GT7 lobbies is not good, aber the event, the race, have fun. Very good. 10 for 10 rating.
Perfect. So yeah, I haven't raced in quite a time. Last time I raced was the Daytona Quali, where I had to jump into the car with literally no training at all, because one of the drivers couldn't make it.
Yes.
And yeah, it was quite fun, to be honest. The hypercars are quite fun. Then I raced in Suzuka one stint with I think the Porsche. Was also great fun, and pretty exciting to give my comeback this season at Spa.
Yeah.
I think I will be back behind the wheels. Spa 24 hours. Our next event race will be on the 9th. Quali will be on the 9th. Then on the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th of March. And then the race will be on 16th and 17th March, starting on Saturday at 2 p.m. Sorry, at 2 p.m. Central European Time, and then we will race 24 hours in the Ardennes in Spa-Francorchamps, and the race will then finish at 2 p.m. Where? Who's in the pits?
P0.
P0?
Exit is the pit, yes.
Okay. P0 was in the pits. Yeah, so the next race will be the first 20-hour race of the season at Spa, as I said before. We talked a little bit about the pit stop of P0. 24 hours with night stints, driving in the middle of the night on this fabulous circuit. Great challenge for the drivers in the night. It's pretty difficult. I can tell from my own experience. I raced last year in Spa from 0 to 3 p.m. and that was really hard, because you are trying, before the stint started, you're trying to sleep a bit, but you just think about what could happen, because this track is unforgiving if you make any mistake. It's so hard. You have in the first part of the track, you have Radio and Eau Rouge, which are so dangerous, especially with the GT3 cars. Because if you just touch one of the curbs not correctly, you will absolutely smash the car into the barriers after Radio. And also Pouhon in Sector 2 is so difficult to drive with the GT3s. In the night it's also so dangerous because you don't have orientation. In the day you know where you have to brake, but in the night you have not a great visibility, and if you just brake a little bit too late or clip the inside curb at Pouhon too much, you will absolutely lose the car. And luckily there's a big runoff at Pouhon, but it's not unforgivable. If you make a mistake there, you will lose so much time, and if you have luck, you will not end the barriers. If you don't have luck, you will end in the barriers, and then that's a long way with damage to get back into the pits. And the last few corners, there's in the last sector there's a quite fast corner before the bus stop chicane. If you go wide out there and go onto the grass and spin out there, this can also be very dangerous if you cut back on the track and collide with other cars there who are driving also that. So that's pretty dangerous. Spa is a pretty dangerous circuit. Many drivers underestimate it and think it's not that dangerous, but it is really dangerous. And I'm pretty sure that the 24 hours will be really exciting for every driver.
P10 and 11 in the next round fight.
Yeah, right. Matteo Zinho is about 1.1 seconds behind Joe Cubano.
Yes. It's pushing, and Martellino fastest lap for in last lap, 1 minute 53.9.
Yeah, he did a personal best there, that's correct.
Yes.
And we have still, if I see it correctly, 20 viewers, which is for this time of the day. We have in Central European time, we have 12 minutes before 12, so we are nearly in the next day, and I think we will end this race on the next day. Started at Saturday 24th of February and will end it nearly at 0 AM on Sunday.
Yes.
So, question for the people still in the stream: are you excited for Spa? Are you driving at Spa? What do you think about Spa? We really would like to hear your opinion on the next race, so let us know what you think about it, because at the moment we don't have really much to do here. Joe with the
Saves the car.
Yeah, saved the car. A little bit of A little bit of problems there for him. But Joe of the Fire is now lapping both of them. Yeah, let's see. 10 minutes to go for all drivers. Oh, Mateuzinho nearly spun the car around there, saved it. Great save from him.
Very
Gap
good
is now to 1.2 seconds. We will have a look at the other drivers here. Is there any interesting fight? No, it's not. There's no interesting fight. What we can say at the moment is that Heli's gap to Mateuzinho, so to the car ahead, increased again. So at some time of the race, I think in the last 20 minutes, Heli was under the 1 minute mark. Now he's again over the 1 minute mark, and now he spun the car around. We have Heli spun the car around. We have some yellow flags there, doing some
damage.
Burnouts there. And Mateuzinho is still hunting down Joe Cubano. Let's see if he is able to overtake Joe Cubano in this last period of the race. It will be interesting.
1 second, P10 and 11.
The gap is down to a second, and let's switch to the TV camera again. Here we have both of the cars in the picture, and let's have a look. Who has the better tires? Joe Cubano has slightly better tires and slightly less fuel, which in his position at the moment is an advantage because he has less weight and can go quicker than Mateuzinho. And they have blue flags again because the SGT car, I think it is it's SGT1, is behind them and will lap them. Let's see.
P0 have a damage, crash.
P0 with damage again.
Yes.
That's not good. Yeah, 7.5 minutes remaining. I don't think that he will pit again. I can't really imagine that he's pitting again.
Yes.
And in the meantime, Mateuzinho went past Joe Cubano.
No.
Mateuzinho is in P10 and Joe Cubano is in P11.
Yes.
So Mateuzinho went past, the Lambo is past the Porsche, and Joe is really trying his best to get this position back. It's really putting everything in, and he could make a move, but now he's traffic from behind. There is Eddie, I think, behind them. Yes, it's Eddie behind them. So let's see. I don't think that Joe could get this position back because Mateuzinho is now in clean air and can lap faster. Joe Cubano has the dirty air. On the straights he will catch him because of a slipstream, but in the corners he's so much slower and struggled so much more.
P0, don't drive in the pit.
Yeah, right, P0 didn't went into the pits.
Yes.
He has damage, but it doesn't really make a difference. I think he will lose much more time if he pits now than if he stays just out and remains on track.
Yes. And P7 have a damage again.
Yeah, P7 with damage again. I think will he come in? He comes in again. This, to be honest, this is unnecessary to go in now with 5 minutes left. I think it costs him much more time.
Yes.
To go into the pits now and repair the damage. Then, yes, he also gets new tires. Repairs. Yeah, I think it wasn't necessary, to be honest, because he is now. Let's have a look. I hope he hadn't a collision with Flipsy there. But let's look back to Cubano. They are still fighting. Still. Oh no! Now I think now the gap has increased to more than a second. This isn't good, to be honest.
And Flipsy have a penalty.
Flipsy with a penalty.
Yeah, with
5 tenths. And now, let's see. Can Mateuzinho keep his position? The hypercar tries to overtake, goes past now. And Joe Cubano, yeah, I think he's not close enough. I think he's not close enough to overtake him. And I don't think that he will get the opportunity to overtake him in this race. I think he will finish 11th overall in the stint. But we don't really know. Let's see. Maybe he will get the chance to overtake him again. But to be honest, I have no idea if it's working or not.
3 minutes.
3 minutes to go, right?
Yes.
Heli, we are on him now, has a penalty again. It's not working really good for him, this stint.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag?
Yes.
Yellow flag? What happened? What happened?
P3.
P3, Thunderspec spawn, or what?
Yes.
And Joe is right on the tail of Mateuzinho. If he wants to get past, he will have to do it now. I think the only chance to get past now is now. Gab is really. Can he go to the inside? Can he go to the inside? We go on board with him. No chance there on the outside, and now the SS. That will be pretty dangerous for him. But can he go down the outside? This would be a fantastic move. Switch back to the inside. Is now again on the outside. Drives a good line, and now he's right behind him on the straight. Can he make the move stick? He's going to the outside. Can he try going into the slipstream? Can he go for it? Can he go for it? He has to brake really late to make this move stick, but he's
back.
Yeah, no. Oh, I think this will be a penalty. This will be a penalty because he definitely cut at it pretty much. And out of my opinion, he had to take the risk to go for the move there because Thunderspec is now trying to lap them, is lapping both of the cars, and now Joe Cubano, Mateuzinho closed the door there, and now it's over. Now it's over. Joe Cubano lost nearly the rear again, and now the gap is pretty big, and I don't think that he will be able to get this much back. Giacometti is coming from behind. Will be lapping. This was not good. Not good for Cubano. And they touch a bit. This was not good. This was not good from Giacometti because the gap between Mateuzinho and Cubano is now so big.
Race leader, last lap.
Last lap, right? Last lap for Joe of the Fire. I think that Oh, there was a car on the grass. I think Flipsy has damage. But let's see which car here. Eddie, I think Eddie will not be allowed to drive another lap. Eddie is finished now.
Yes.
Eddie is finished with his stint. Eddie is finished, right. Now next car who is coming is Dalton, right? And Helipower will finish this catastrophic stint for him. Right now we have Sunday. We raced from Saturday to Sunday. We have 0 AM at the moment.
P9.
P9 also finished, right? Dalton.
P3. And then
P3 finished, P4 finished. And we are here.
P5.
P5 finished, right? And we are here with the stint leader, with Joe of the Fire, who is now into the last corner, and he will win the stint for CPTL. Goes over the line. What a great stint from him. Gammeltoast still messing. Oh, Gammeltoast. Oh, Gammeltoast. Gammeltoast is now over the line, wins the stint in GT3 category, and now we are finished with the last stint in Lobby 1. Great race from Joe, who won the stint 1 here. And so first of all we save the replay. What a stint! This was quite good end to the race for many cars, not for the DLL BMW M6. This was, to be honest, I think it was a catastrophic stint for them. Not good. And yeah, this was not good, really not good. And we have to wait for the other lobby now, for lobby 2 to finish, to see the end result. Yeah, 0 PM, 0 AM. We are on in another. We raced from Saturday to Sunday. We have Sunday in Central Europe. Yeah, I think we can say it was a great race. And
yes.
now we will have a look on. Here's the final result. Joe first for CPTL, I think, was it? CPTL.
We have a race in lobby 2.
Yeah, right. You can switch to YouTube to Digital Endurance Series. There we have, I think the final 10 minutes should start it. Yeah, they're nearly started. 13 minutes they have to go. On YouTube. If you want to check the end result, you can do it here. I will quickly tell you. Joe of the Fire first. Second, Eddie for DLL. Then Thundersbeck in third. Then Flipsy. Then Giacometti. Then P0 Soft. Then JRKP. Last Hypercar. Then Gammeltoast. Then Dalton in the McLaren 650 SG3. Then Matteosinho in the Huracan. Then Joe Cubano. And then Helipower in the M6. I would say we will end the live stream now here on Twitch. Thank you for 12 amazing hours of racing here on Twitch. I hope you had a great time watching this WEC series race, the first race of the season in the series, the 12 hours of Lago Maggiore. And if you want to have another short time period of racing in WEC series, you can go now to the YouTube stream of Digital Endurance Series. It's the YouTube channel is the Digital Endurance Series, and there you can watch the last, I think, could be 10 minutes now. No, they are also finished. Sorry to say it. They are also finished. I haven't made the stream correctly, so didn't. They are also finished. So, thank you for 12 amazing hours. We are finished here as the 12 hours are done now. The provisional results, I think they will be posted on Instagram of the DES Instagram channel and on Twitter. So see you. Next will be on 9th of March. There will be the qualifying of the 24 hours of Spa-Francorchamps, only GT3, and then on the 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th will also be quali, and on the 16th and 17th will be the 24 hours of Spa, the race. You can have a look into that. Will be an amazing race, as I told you about last year, and definitely worth watching. We are from the commentating box saying goodbye to you. Have a great rest evening, or have a good sleep, and good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao.